Hey Pokemon fans, Real Mama Eagle here, also known as Key, and today I'm here to talk to you about my 10 favorite Pokemon from Generation 9, Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. The opinions in this video are my own based on Pokemon I liked aesthetically and enjoyed battling with. Let me know in the comments section what your top 10 list is for this generation, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ding that bell so you know when videos are going live. Now let's get started. Number 10. Houndstone. Houndstone is a ghost dog Pokemon introduced in this generation, and it's so adorable and very well designed. It's a ghost Pokemon that's a dog that looks really eerie, but it also has a very cute gravestone on the top of its head, basically resembling death. What does it say about me that I like ghost Pokemon so much? Houndstone is one of the most versatile ghost Pokemon I've seen in a long time, which makes it pretty cool. Can learn a very big plethora of moves because it's a dog. It can learn Ice, Thunder, and Fire Fang respectively. It can also learn ground moves. It can learn dark and psychic moves as well. Fairy moves too. So you have a great arsenal in battle. It could definitely take a hit too and is pretty sound on the defensive side. But Houndstone isn't going to be outspeeding anyone because it's super slow. That was my main issue with it. But definitely still a favorite and worthy of top 10 for me. Number 9. Tatsugiri. Tatsugiri is a water and dragon fish Pokemon that was introduced, and it literally reminds me of sushi. I don't know, again, what that says about me. Maybe I'm just hungry. I'm always hungry. But it's definitely one of my favorite Pokemon this generation. For starters, it's super cute, and I love the fact that I can get 3 different forms in 3 different colors. If I want to get a Tatsugiri to match my outfit, I'm more than welcome to. In addition to great dragon and water type moves it can learn, it definitely is a Pokemon that can be very versatile in that sense. It doesn't have the best stats. It's pretty crappy all around, but this list is about favorite, not about best. But it does have some killer special attack that does come in handy in a pinch. Definitely worthy of top 9 for me. Number 8. Maushold. Maushold is becoming a fan favorite with Pokemon fans in Generation 9, and it's arguably one of the best normal Pokemon we've ever seen. It's got that OP move, Population Bomb, that can definitely help you in a crunch time battle or competitive depending on how you feel to use it. But it's a very versatile Pokemon. It doesn't have the best stat spread in the world, but it's got killer speed, so a lot of the time it's going to outspeed, which will be very helpful for you. But it can learn a plethora of things. It can learn water moves, electric moves, fairy moves, ghost moves. There's so much you can teach it, and you could change moves around depending on the type advantage or type disadvantage you will be facing. So it's a very useful Pokemon to have, and just super cute and so worthy of top 8. Number 7. Quaquaval. Now, I know Quaquaval has caught a lot of jokes from people just because Quaquaval is a Pokemon that can be a little bit over the top to some, but I personally think it's fantastic. If you don't realize, Quaquaval is clearly based off Carnival and the celebration around it. And Quaquaval to me is totally a vibe because I too walk around dancing 24/7, so I relate to what Quaquaval is going through. I also like that when Quaquaval's HP gets really low, the dancing motion slows down, which is pretty neat. Water and fighting was actually a pretty cool typing. I do like the versatility with those moves, in addition to being able to learn flying moves as well. So a lot of versatility in the battle. It's got some killer stats on the side of attack. So definitely a Pokemon that's going to deliver a big punch. Design-wise, I thought it was phenomenal. Beautiful color scheme across the body. And I know some people may say, the duck's humanoid, it's standing up, but you know, it's Pokemon. Pokemon can be that. It's totally fine. It's a Pokemon having fun. How can you dislike it? Let it live in my top 7. Number 6. Glimmora. Glimmora is actually, to me, one of the best designed Pokemon in the Gen 9 decks with a nice typing of Rock and Poison. I enjoyed using it so much, and I think it's very versatile, knowing Rock and Poison moves, but also being able to learn Fairy moves. It also has a killer ability in Toxic Debris that basically puts out poison spikes and lets the Pokemon basically be affected whenever physical moves are used. If only someone took advantage of that great ability. Oh, Gita, didn't see you there. But it's a Pokemon that's very versatile if you want to dwindle down a battle. Probably a Pokemon that's pretty good and competitive, has some killer special attack, and that ability combined can make for a very tough time for the opposition. But that beautiful blue design, that flower-like, the bulb, I love what they did with it. It was super creative and embodied the region, and that makes it worthy of top 6. Number 5. Baxcalibur. Baxcalibur is an Ice and Dragon Pokemon introduced in this shit and very versatile and one of my favorites. It's got that killer design with multiple shades of blue with those gorgeous light blue scales and just an overall intimidating and dominating appearance. Definitely one of my new favorite Dragon Pokemon since Dragapult in Generation 8, but this Pokemon packs a heavy punch with some killer HP and some absolute off-the-rails attack Good luck. It definitely was one of the Pokemon that helped carry in the Elite Four for me, but it offers a great variety of moves besides the obvious Dragon and Ice. Can learn Dark moves, can learn Thunder Fang, can learn Ground moves, can learn Steel moves, can learn Psychic moves. It is just versatile all over the place, top to bottom, coupled with a very good design, and I love the fact that it was a Dragon Pokemon that you didn't have to wait too late to evolve. I thought level 54 was actually pretty reasonable, but a fun Pokemon to have in your party and an absolute tank for attack. Definitely worthy of top 5. Number 4, Skeledirge. I want to preface this by saying that this is one of the first generations in a while where I looked at all 3 starters aesthetically, their final forms, and really was in love with them. I think they did a good job, but Skeledirge is definitely my favorite of the 3. Y'all know I like my ghost Pokemon and my fire Pokemon, and the fire and ghost combo is just one of my favorites. It's probably why I'm still so obsessed with Chandelure after all this time, but it's a killer typing, and that fire crocodile design is just absolutely stellar. Skeledirge can learn so many different moves besides the obvious fire and ghost, can learn fairy, can learn psychic, can learn dark, can learn grass, can learn ground. It's just an all-around, very versatile Pokemon that can be a bit tanky with some great attack and some great special attack as well. Definitely a Pokemon that you would love having in your party, and definitely a Pokemon that has a beautiful aesthetic in addition to being extremely useful. And that makes it worthy of my top 4. Number 3, Miraidon. Out of both box art legendaries in Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, I do feel like I bonded with Miraidon more, and I actually do prefer its purple, beautiful design, the sleekness of it, just the futuristic appearance of it. I think it's the better design of the 2 and just better typing of the 2. I love the Dragon and Electric typing, which is why I love Zekrom so much in Gen 5, but it's a great typing. In addition to that, you also can learn Psychic and Fairy, a bunch of different other types of moves to complement if you have a weakness or an advantage. So that comes in handy. It's got killer stats all across the board except for attack. Its HP is killer. Its speed is off the charts. It's always going to outspeed. But I think combined with the beautiful design and typing and the fact that you bonded with it so much makes it worthy of top 3 on my list. Number 2, Ceruledge. Yes, it is apparent that I have a fire and ghost bias, but stay with me. I just like what I like. But Ceruledge is arguably one of the best Pokemon I've ever battled with. Ever. And 9 generations, so that says a lot. Between that beautiful, ghostly, old school knight design that Ceruledge has, the color pattern, just absolutely stunning. I love the fact that it's versatile besides its basic moves that it already learns. Being able to learn fighting moves, psychic moves, and many others on top of that. It's got some killer attack. Good luck, taking a hit against Ceruledge. And I also have to mention the fact that Bitter Blade is probably one of the most OP moves ever. A fire move that restores your HP. Just totally unfair. Ceruledge carried in my Scarlet playthrough, pretty much got me through the Elite Four single-handedly almost, and pretty much one-shot 5 Aegitas Pokemon. So it definitely was worth the fetch mission to get such a beautiful, majestic, and honestly OP Pokemon, and definitely worthy of top 2. Number 1, Tinkaton. This probably is no surprise because Tinkaton has ultimately become a fan favorite from many since Gen 9 has dropped, but it's a great Pokemon, and it's honestly what Mawile should have been. This is a Pokemon that's got a killer learn set and just overall strength that is out of this world. And it's weird because its stats across the board aren't even the most impressive, but Tinkaton is a Pokemon that could take a big hit. Besides the obvious Fairy and Steel, it can learn rock moves, it can learn, a bunch of different plethora fighting moves. There's just so much you can teach it, and the fact that it's always going to pack a big hit says a lot. I also like its Pokedex entry. A Pokemon is pretty bold to try and hit Corviknight out of the air, just out of nowhere. I also love that in all 3 evolution forms, its hammer progressively gets bigger. I also get a kick out of battling with it and seeing the fact that its hammer totally blocks the Pokemon that you're trying to battle sometimes. But in addition to the strong, womanly design that Tinkaton has, and fairy typing and steel typing combined, doing away with one of those weaknesses and making it a bit more special, makes Tinkaton my favorite Pokemon in Generation 9. What did you think of my top 10 Pokemon list from this generation? Do we share any favorites? Let me know in the comments section down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe and ding that bell as well. I am also Real Mama Eagle on all social media platforms, and I do live streams at twitch.tv/RealMamaEagle. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.